If you love YSL Y Elixir but maybe hate that price tag, you need to know about this fragrance. Hey, what's good guys? Hunter here and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new launch from Zimaya, which is Abadi Opulent, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. But guys, if you're not familiar with Zimaya, they are basically sister companies to Alpham and have so many bangers in their lineup, such as Equine Noir, which is better than YSL myself. They have zaharoff blend, very similar to Angel Share, and now they got this banger. And like I said in the intro, if you like YSL Y Elixir but hate that price tag, you have to check this fragrance out, guys. I promise you. But I'm so excited to be reviewing this new launch because I've been wearing it for a few days now, and I'm actually very impressed with it. I also do want to shout out Zimaya for sending Abadi Opulent over for review. Of course, I'm still going to keep it honest with you guys. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. It's as simple as that. But I did hook you guys up with a code on the Zimaya website. Use code Hunter15. That's going to save you 15% off, which means you could basically get this for an absolute steal. However, last time I checked, this one is actually sold out. So maybe when you're watching, it won't be, because I don't even think this has hit discounters yet. It's honestly that new. Let's go with some information. So of course, this was launched in 2025. It just came out within like the last month or so. For the retail price, only size this comes in, which is the 100 ml, retails for $40. However, if you use my code on their website, that's gonna drop it down to probably around 34 bucks. At that price, guys, that's literally insane for the kind of fragrance, and no wonder this thing is selling out. For the concentration with this fragrance is actually an eau de parfum, so you're probably getting around 20-25% oils in here, which is very good. And for the perfumer that is unknown, Zimaya did not list the perfumer behind this one, so I have no idea who made it. Let's go ahead and look at the packaging and presentation you get with Abadi Opulent now. All right, take a look at the box, which I actually like the way this box looks. Kind of has like see-through glass cover on the front where your bottle is housed. Abadi right there, and there's some Arabic. Zimaya Eau de Parfum. Nothing on the bottom, nothing up top or the sides. On the back, you got all your ingredients, information, barcode, and batch code to authenticate your product to see when it was produced. And then you open it up, and your fragrance is going to be housed in that beautiful foam cutout. Let's look at the bottle now. All right, looking at the bottle, which I think it is a pretty unique, interesting design. Of course, you have the name of the fragrance right there, Zimaya. See-through blue glass, so you can't see your juice inside if you put up the light, which is nice. On the bottom, of course, you got your sticker with your information. On the back, you got that same kind of layout on the box, on the bottle on the back. Up top, nothing. The cap is pretty heavy as well. I think it is metal, and it does click into place very securely. In the top, you got that lavender and bergamot. In the mid, you got geranium and juniper berries. And in the base, you have frankincense and oud, and this can be classified as an aromatic citrus. Now let's spray this and test out these atomizers. Pretty decent atomizer, shoots out a ton of juice, which is always nice. Now, let's go ahead and remind myself of Abadi Opulent now. Now, this fragrance opens up so potent, guys. It's so strong right away when you apply it. Now, in the opening, just imagine stepping into this very vibrant, aromatic lavender feel, guys. You have lavenders all around you, embodied with it. That's the vibe the opening gives off right away, guys. Very much aromatic, heavy on the lavender note. And the lavender in here gives off this kind of fresh, clean, slightly spicy lavender, which I dig. Now, along with the lavender, you are, of course, going to get a pinch of that citrusy kind of bergamot. The bergamot in here actually more so comes across a little bit sweet. It's not that pungent, not that tart or sharp. It's just kind of like a sweet, juicy, clean bergamot mixed together with the aromatic lavender. And without a doubt, it is going to remind you of the Yves Saint Laurent Y line, in particular Elixir, guys. Are very similar to Elixir. Now, I don't own a bottle of Elixir. I've smelled it a few times in the department stores, but I'm a huge fan of the Y line in general, and it's definitely in that realm. I mean, I've been wearing Y EDP since that fragrance came out probably like 7 or so years ago. But for all the Y Elixir fans out there, you're not gonna have to spend like $150 plus anymore when this one's available, because I'm telling you, that opening pretty much nails it. Now, once we get into the mid, this fragrance actually starts to settle into this very bright green geranium. The geranium is so heavy in this DNA, guys. Now, geranium a lot of times can come across smelling very rosy. It doesn't really particularly give off that nuance, but it is more of this kind of jammy, fresh green geranium blended together with, of course, that juicy kind of bright aromatic juniper berries, a little bit fruity, of course. It just kind of gives it this clean, uplifting mid. Now, in the base has got to be probably my favorite part of the entire composition, because it starts to turn into this very warm, resinous fragrance, guys. It's very resinous, almost kind of cold, churchy sort of fragrance sense in the base, very strong as well. And I'm a huge fan when fragrance scent or incense comes across the way it does in the base of this one, guys, which is why it is my favorite part. And of course, the fragrance sense is going to be layered over this very kind of smooth, non-funky, very rich oud note. Now the oud in here, like I said, is not barnyardy. It's not funky like by any means. It gives off this very luxurious, rich woodiness. Totally wearable for an oud, guys. I promise you that. It's not going to turn funky. I even think probably in the original Y Elixir, it might even be a little bit more toned up than this. Which, to be honest with you guys, with me personally, I don't usually mind like funky oud. It's probably one of my favorite notes of all time just because of how exotic it is. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years and just like very artistic in perfumery, but I don't mind the way it comes across in here either. It's more so like this Western, rich, woody oud. But hey, oud and fragrance scents make for a killer combination in the dry down. So like I said, guys, if you love Y Elixir, you don't want to spend that much money on it anymore, you had to check this one out. And guys, it honestly might even be better. Zimaya knows what they're doing and they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this launch. So for the best seasons to rock Abadi Opulent, which is kind of hard to say, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm rocking this primarily all 4 seasons as a signature scent, guys. Spring, summer, fall, and winter easily. Just the kind of fragrance you spray on and you know you're gonna be good no matter the weather outside, like at all pretty much. It is signature scent worthy. Despite it having more darker facets about the DNA, you can still rock it in the high heat. Just because of that kind of bergamot, lavender freshness in the opening, mixed together with that kind of fresh green geranium and of course that fresh aromatic juniper, makes it perfect for like warm weather, but also, guys, a fall and winter. Yeah, no doubt about it, because that warm, resinous, woody, kind of oudy base makes it perfect for that. For occasion as well, this is right down the line, guys. A versatile, casual, and formal. It does not matter what you're wearing. You can be going outside wearing pajamas. You can be going outside wearing jeans, shorts, or like a tuxedo. It just works, guys. It's that kind of fragrance, which is always nice to have in the collection. But I will say, I think this is gonna shine absolutely incredible for a date night because it does have that slight exotic twist on this kind of blue sour jelly kind of fragrance, which, trust me, women go crazy for, because that warm resinous base makes it so comforting and very inviting while still maintaining that blue genre. Yeah, going to work, going to the office, going on a date, it's just gonna work, guys. For gender, I personally think this is on the masculine side of things. Of course, what this fragrance is inspired by, Y Elixir, is also a masculine DNA. I honestly, for me, I cannot imagine a woman rocking this or pulling it off for my taste. I just think blue fragrances are definitely more so targeted towards men than women. You guys can disagree, and if you're a lady watching this one, you want to rock something like this, of course you can, but I'm just kind of painting you guys the best picture, very masculine. For age groups, it's just like the season and occasion, guys. Youthful and mature. Somebody like in their late teens, going to high school, you'll be one of the best smelling kids in school. I promise you that, especially at the price. This is almost a no-brainer. But it also does have that kind of maturity factor about it. Of course, the Y Elixir is probably the most mature Y, and that carries over into this, but still very much versatile, youthful, and mature at the end of the day. Anybody can rock it, so don't even question it. And then finally, wrapping the review off, talking on the performance you're gonna expect to get from Abadi Opulent, guys. This one actually performance is very solid. From my testing, especially being an EDP, I got upwards of that 10-hour mark on skin, guys, which is excellent for a blue fragrance, and not even being in straight. So EDPs, I usually keep at a standard of at least 8 hours, so this exceeds that slightly. Not gonna have to reapply it. You spray this on in the morning, you're gonna be great all day long, which makes it perfect for like an everyday signature scent worthy fragrance. And for projection, I did get about moderate projection with this, which means it's not gonna be like a closed kind of intimate scent bubble projector, but it's also not really this beast mode or room filler projector either. But trust me, as you're wearing this as like a signature scent, people will smell it on you, get to know you from being like smelling like this, and get a ton of attention, because this is going to be a compliment magnet. I can already see it now, especially if you're somebody around a bunch of people like daily and you're wearing this, you're going to be known as the best smelling dude in your group. So above average performance with about 10 hours on skin. If you spray your clothes, it will of course last longer, probably a day or so, with about moderate projection. So yeah, guys, I'm a huge fan of the brand new launch from Zimaya, and probably won't even have to pick myself up a bottle of Y Elixir at least anytime soon while owning this. So let me know down below if you guys are a fan of Y Elixir, if you tried anything from Zimaya or tried this brand new launch. I'm very curious what you guys think. And like I said, if you're thinking about picking it up, use code HUNTER15 on the Zimaya website to save some money. But guys, besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe below if you haven't already, because what are you doing? I got you with the daily fragrance content, and I'll see all of you back here in my next upload. Take care, everybody.